signed to Pharrell Williams for the Neptunes. You know what I'm saying? Star Trak Entertainment and the scope. And, make a long story short, caught a homicide, now I'm in jail. You know what I mean? And I was looking at life in prison. And, fortunately, man, God blessed me, man. And, you know what I'm saying? I got a 10 to 20 out the deal. So, Lord willing, you'll be seeing me soon on the street. I done seen it. I done seen the good, bad, and the ugly. I've been on time and I lost everything. So I want y'all to really understand, like, I'm the definition of when keeping it real goes wrong.
What's going on, AHumbleSoul? We checking back in. Want to do some on Philadelphia artist by the name of Rosco P. Coldchain, who is affiliated with Star Trak Entertainment. For those who don't know, Star Trak, that's the label that's pretty much owned by Pharrell Williams. It's just, the Neptunes, and they had a handful of successful artists on that label. Rosco P. Coldchain was a rapper that was signed to Star Trak. But yeah, man, Rosco P. Coldchain, somebody who is a product of Philadelphia, talented artist, man, a talented, gifted lyricist, one of a kind, man. I don't think I can compare him to nobody. Like spoken word, poetry, the street bars. He's just a real complex, multifaceted artist, But what kind of hindered his success throughout the years was him still being pulled into the streets. And we see it a lot, man, where people have opportunities, especially rappers, street-oriented rappers, most definitely, who have opportunities, but they haven't really made it yet. They haven't, experienced that big break. And Rosco P. Coldchain was one of those types of people, man, where he was invested into his music. He was, like I said, signed to Star Trak, who was connected to major labels, so he really, in so many words, had a major label deal. His real first claim to fame was him appearing on a song that the Clips had. It was called Cot Damn, off their debut album Lord Willing, and this was back in '02. And they did a video for that song, and he was in the video. And they also used that song for Star Trak's compilation album that they put out the next year in '03. It was called Clones. So that was kind of like one of the lead singles that they used to promote the project. And, Rosco also had, some other material on the album. And they ended up, going on the road. He was doing a little touring. He had a couple of mixtapes. And obviously he had plans to put out his debut project. But that never really came to fruition because he was in and out of jail, in and out of prison, man.
These motherfuckers came at me, man. I didn't know if they was gonna give me life or not. I was in the county jail for 6 years. I didn't know if these motherfuckers would give me life or not. You feel what I'm saying? For 6 years. So can you imagine the type of strain that had on my mind? I was in a hole for 2.5 years. Going crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't like, these motherfuckers let me out the day of tomorrow. If you asking if I learned my lesson, you goddamn skippy, I learned my motherfucking lesson. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, they don't take my G from me. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because I learned my lesson. You know what I mean?
In the early 2000s, he was facing attempted murder. Then he got caught up again on some gun charges. In December of '08, a double homicide took place in Philadelphia. 2 people were shot and killed. And, I've read different reports about the incident. Some articles say that the shooting may have been drug related. Other reports say that it may have been in so many words, a retaliation shooting. The full details never really came out like that. But for certain, 2 people were shot and killed. An 18-year-old whose name was never released for what I've seen online. The other person was a 31-year-old. Obviously when law enforcement arrived on the scene, You know, they searching and looking for clues and, you know, questioning people and all of that. And they ended up taking Rosco and another dude. They took them both, you know, to the police precinct to question them, interrogate them, you know what I'm saying, about the shooting. And what pretty much started as questioning, you know, turned into a murder charge. And like I mentioned at the time, Rosco was still linked to Star Trak, you know, still doing music, still making moves in his career. You know, he was facing a minimum of 40 years and a maximum of 80 years, you know, for the murder charge. You know, but I guess they lowered it, and now he's serving 10 to 20 years, according to the information he shared in a conversation he was having with somebody, man, online that was recorded. But what's interesting, man, in one of them same conversations, he was talking about how he pretty much was placed in the situation that he's currently in, you know, him being locked up, serving his bid. He said that he actually had nothing to do with the shooting.
These niggas offered me 40 to 80. You know, when they came at me with that time, I was kind of floored because, one, you know, it's something that I really ain't had nothing to do with it, and two, you know, this coming from a nigga that was giving it up like he was loyal to me and that he loved me, and I only knew that nigga for 3 months.
Dang.
But he was my bro, he loved me, you know what I mean? All those different things, all those different equations came into play. Then when we got that station, this how I went. Him did it.
This is a call from
Dang.
Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Mahanoy.
You feel me?
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
I don't know how everything worked out. Like I said, there's not too many details surrounding the case, but ultimately I know he's serving time right now, you know. But like I said, he's doing a 10 to 20 year bid. He's been down more than a decade now. And in that audio that I heard, he said that he sounded confident that he would be coming home sooner than later, man. So we'll just see how everything plays out with his prison sentence. I don't know if he's still linked to Star Trak. I don't think he's still signed to him, but I know he does still promote like the songs and put up pictures of Pharrell and stuff like that on his social media page. But hopefully, you know, whenever he does get out, you know, they can link back up or whatever the case may be. He can be able to resume his rap career, man, because he was a star for sure. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody tuning in, rocking with AHumbleSoul, man. If you're not already connected with us, hit the subscribe button. Like the video if you messing with it, man. Share it, drop a comment. Until next time, I'm going to holler at y'all, man. 100.